unconditional love is magnetizing. It's contagious. We all want to be loved unconditionally and be around those who love unconditionally. We recognize and have the ability to do this because of Jesus' work in our lives. He's the one that shows us unconditional love. He also shows us how to love others well, even the unlovable ones. It is not dependent on the other person's lovability, but actually on our capacity to love like He does. This thought changes how we show up. Let me explain. God is love, and we are created in His image. So we can choose love anytime we want to by renewing our mind to His love. We do this by taking our thoughts captive and by thinking the highest, most loving thoughts of ourselves and others. Thoughts that line up with His thoughts in His Word. Thoughts that see others the way He does. Thoughts that see His hand in our lives and also working in the lives of others. We see Him in our story. We see Him working all things for our good. We can even train our brain to look for evidence to support these thoughts. Do you ever have thoughts that are rambling around in your head? Two opposing stories may even be trying to coexist in your head. Thoughts such as all the frustrations about a person and also all the things you love about the same person. We have to decide which story we want to win. We can't experience a better relationship with someone than our thoughts about them. So to elevate the relationship, we have to start with elevating our thoughts about the person. It's a lot like the story of the two wolves, if you've heard that. Whichever wolf gets fed is the wolf that survives. So whichever wolf or story that you feed will grow stronger. We make a list of things that we love about the person. It's a great place to start. Nothing unrealistic though. Our brain is not going to believe unrealistic thoughts. So we have to find some real thoughts and things, no matter how small you have to start. Start with those. They're kind of like a bridge thought. And start practicing thinking those loving thoughts about the person. And as you feed them and you keep thinking on them, they will be the ones that grow. And that loving story will be the story that wins. Because our brain seeks to prove our thoughts true. You've heard me say that before. But when we have thoughts of unconditional love towards others, our brain looks for all the ways to love them. It starts to see opportunities even to love them. It even begins to see them as just plain lovable rather than seeking certain conditions about them that we think will cause us to love them more. This is the work of renewing our mind to unconditional love. All of these new thoughts can create new neural pathways. That's right. We can rewire our brain one thought at a time. And this new wiring will actually affect how we show up in our relationships. It causes us to show up more fulfilled and less needy. It causes us to show up kind of like a magnet with magnetizing unconditional love. Ask yourself, am I looking to an imperfect human to do what only God can do? To love me like only God can love me? Receiving His unconditional love is what increases our capacity to love others. His love actually helps us to give and receive love unconditionally. Some people are examples of God's love, while others kind of reveal how much they need God's love, right? We all have some of those in our lives. Either way, they're here for us to love. They have a purpose, and God has put them in our lives so we can show His love, His grace, His mercy to them. we get to be a channel of those beautiful things in their lives. Good news is we also get to be the ones to heal as we do, and even help others heal. What an honor and a blessing. It's a beautiful outpouring of us walking in this unconditional love is the effect it can have on those around us. But I say, let's just keep showing up, regardless of the changes we see or don't see in others. Not expecting changes. We don't want to set unrealistic expectations for anyone, right? But let's just be genuinely surprised with even the smallest, most subtle changes and transformations that naturally happen. And at the same time, stay focused on the only person that we can change. That's right, ourselves. We look to God for His unconditional love and fulfillment. This creates inner security and peace. When we have this, we truly show up loved and secure and ready to love others well. We live loved. That's what we're doing. And this doesn't mean that we just love blindly without any kind of cautions, but we do love intentionally. And we renew our mind that God is love and we are created in His image. So we can choose this love anytime we want to by renewing our mind to His love, to His thoughts, to His ways. This is loving God and loving others. Living loved causes us to wake up to our own beautiful, amazing life. We look around and we see a life that is full of unconditional love, all kind of beautiful blessings, and we get to give that love and receive it. So let's be magnets. It's not the flowers or the chocolate that produces love in our lives. It's our very own thoughts. That's right. It starts with our thoughts. We can choose to live loved with or without flowers or chocolate because we know we are deeply loved by God, by our Creator. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't give gifts to those we love. In fact, I hope we are all flooded with flowers, chocolate, and all kind of amazing gifts we enjoy. But let them serve as a reminder that the gifts themselves are not what create or prove the love. It's our thoughts. Until next time, this is my hope for you. You can find me at stephaniejohns.com or on the gram at The Hope Coach. You can also use the links below to join my email list or the form for one-on-one coaching.